Today I'm going to be doing a video using Sparkle & Co. colors. So this is Unicorn Dust off of the Secret Menu, and this is also Magic Cotton Candy off of the Secret Menu. This is their mini, and this is their 1 ounce. They just did a promo code where you could buy anything in their store and type in the comments a promo code, and you would get 2 1 ounce jars for free. I could have bought a $1.50 swatch stick and gotten their 2 ounce of 2 different colors, an ounce each, for free. This promo code is now over, but it was awesome that they do that. I love them for the fact that they do that, that they just, you know, like to do nice things for their customers. I also just signed up for their sub bag and am waiting to sign up for the VIP bag, so I will be doing a video of the unboxing when my February bag comes. This one I am going to be doing just to kind of see what's kind of going on. I did my very first order a couple weeks ago, and since then I have only swatched them, and I'll just show you the colors that I have of theirs. And I also feel like I'm going to be ordering from them a lot more. I love their colors. I love that they do gel and dip. I love their customer service. I just love all kinds of things about them. Okay, so first and foremost, these are the colors that I have from Sparkle & Co. The Magic Cotton Candy is what I'm using today, and it is a sun changer, and Miranda's Secret Wish is a temp changer. So those are all of my swatch sticks. As far as I know, those are all still available on the website. I also have a couple more that I had previously before this order. I have Confetti Popped. I don't know if that's still on there or not. And then I also have More Fiesta, Less Siesta. I like the fact that their stuff comes in a mini as well as a 1 ounce, so you kind of get to choose, okay, I only want a little bit of this color, so especially for colors that you know you're not going to do a whole mania of, you're just going to do an accent, and things like that. So I'm actually going to be using Revel liquids because I have not gotten my Sparkle & Co. liquids yet. I do have January's bag coming. I ordered it from someone who wasn't going to use theirs because they they're getting married, and so they were selling theirs, so I just went ahead and got theirs. It should be here this week, and as soon as that is here, I will do an unboxing video. I'll have a lot of nail packages coming this week, so I will be doing a video of me unboxing all of them and possibly swatching them. Sometimes when I order for them to go ahead and have swatch sticks. Mainly Sparkle & Co. That's amazing thing about them is you can add a swatch stick, so it'll already be swatched. So you're not using your powder to make a swatch stick, which is really great. I've already put a dip of Vivian Clear from a Revel on my nails, so I don't have to do that. I have prepped and everything like that. All I need to do is just put the color on there, and like I showed you guys the last time of me doing the swatch stick, that's how I would go about prepping the nail. I will do a tutorial of just prepping the nail. Again, you're going to want to make sure you get your entire nail in there and make sure that it is completely covered, and you're probably going to get glitter everywhere, so it'll be alright, just wipe it off. Okay, and these are both glittery, so okay, and again, just using Revel's Step 3. And this is the Pro liquids, not the Easy liquids. I got these from a lady that has a beauty supply shop in North Carolina, and she sent them to me for free after I ordered some colors from her. Okay, and again, just painting your nails with the clear. Step 1. I'm not using gel liquids in today's video just because I want to see how Sparkle & Co.'s dips hold up with just regular liquids. And like I said, I will be doing a video of using Sparkle & Co.'s liquids. I also want to do one with Dipalicious and Triple D. Maybe even triple vitamin. I'm not completely sure on that one yet. Just because I want to see, one, what dips I like the best, because those are the top ones that I see people raving about a lot. And I also want to see which one, really compares to all the other ones that I have seen. And again, just dipping and wiping off. Okay, and then same thing for the other hand. I am right-handed, so therefore it always takes me a little bit longer to do my right hand because I am doing it with my non-dominant hand. But I always thought that it was going to be so hard. I struggle painting this hand. There's no way I'm going to be able to dip it. But it's actually not that bad. I thought it was going to be the worst thing in the entire world. And it's not. It's not bad. Again, and just tapping off and going on to the next finger, which I'm going to be using the Unicorn Dust. The Unicorn Dust does not change, so that's kind of a bummer, but it's okay. I like color changers. I like temp changers. I like color changers and sun changers. So that's a good thing because Sparkle has a lot of them. The good thing I like about Sparkle is they actually take their customers into consideration as to what they like and what they want to see. Okay, so there it is painted, and again, I'm just going to dip it into the color. And I like to kind of shake it around just a little bit. Also kind of like to make sure that it's a little bit level all the way around instead of to one side more than the other, because I feel like I spill it more if it's like that. And a little bit of glitter spillage is kind of normal. If you dump the whole thing, that's not normal. But I have dumped a lot of powder when I first started, but it'll be alright. And if you do choose to order from Sparkle & Co., if you just mention my name when you check out, when it says referred by, or if there's not a section for it to say referred by, it'll just say comments. Just put my name in the comments, and they'll take care of it, and you will get a $9 credit to your account in 2 to 3 weeks after your order ships. And same thing if you order a sub bag. So if you sign up for a sub bag, then you also get a $18 credit if you mention my name. And I messed this one up, so I'm just trying to, okay. Alright, I got it on the cuticle. So what I did was I got it all the way on the cuticle, so I just pulled it off of the cuticle, and then I'm going to take and put liquids right there. So I'm not going to get liquids anywhere else. If I get it a little bit close to right here, then that's fine. I want it touching it just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, so straight line down. You want it to touch just a little bit because you want it to kind of adhere to the other portion that you was already there. And then again, just tap it off, and as you can see, you can barely tell. So that's a nice thing about dip, is it's super easy to fix. If you mess up, you can just take it off and fix it. Whereas if you did that with nail polish, you'd have to take the entire thing off pretty much and start from scratch. Okay. And normally I would do one hand and then go back and do the other hand, but I'm just going to go ahead and do both hands at the same time, just to see if I like doing it that way or the other way. Again, the thumb is kind of one of the hardest ones because of the way it's at. It's kind of at a funky little like direction. And again, these already have clear on them. All my nails already have clear on them. I actually did it a different way this time and did clear 3/4 of the way up, and then all the way up on the last coat. So there's actually 2 coats of clear instead of just 1 3/4 of the way up. And again, just kind of going across the cuticles and getting it all out in case you went over, and just going to go back in with that color. Okay, and just gonna let that dry, kind of let the dip set, and then you're just going to take and shake it off. And then I like to kind of just keep the space clear. That's just a personal preference. You don't have to. And the brush I'm using is the e.l.f. Total Face Brush. So it was like $3 at Target. I like this brush. I have one for glitters and I have one for solids, so that I don't, because as you can see, there's a couple little glitters in there, so that I don't get one little speckle of glitter when I'm doing a complete solid color. But as you can see so far, they're looking pretty good. I'm liking these color combos. And I will show you what the color looks like with the sun changer. And I actually like their sun changer. Like, it actually changes. I don't have to have it let it sit there forever. It really does change within a matter of seconds, really. And I just brought it up to my face just so I could get a more detailed look, because I had missed that section right there. So I just wanted to make sure I had gotten some liquid in there. Okay, and again, I just got it on top right there, so we're just gonna, and then kind of pat it in. And it's not wanting to stay on there, so we're just gonna take it off. And again, I'm just going to take and do a little swipe, just very, very, very small swipe right there. And I'm going to dip into it. And all fixed. Okay. And another one for the unicorn dust. And I will also hopefully be doing a another video for Revel's new collection that's coming out. So that'll be nice. I love all the different choices that Sparkle & Co. has. They have a lot of colors, and I like the fact that they have gel and dips once again, but I also like the fact that they do a sub bag. So their sub bag has several different levels, and I want to do like a video of like the that, but I don't know that I will, because I don't want to drop down, because I love the one that I have. So I wanted to do a video of where I got the different ones, but I don't want to drop down because I love the one that I have. I have the highest level of Sparkle & Co. dip bag, and I just signed up, although I do have the December and January colors. December I just have the dips and the gels. For February I have it all, and I did get for January I have it all, and I did get the January VIPs as well that I bought off of another page too, from a lady who was not going to use hers, so she sold it. But the one that I signed up for comes with 4 1-ounce jars of the sub bag, and then it comes with a nail polish. I'm trying to remember, hang on. A sticker, of course, your bag, confetti, and I think it's 3 gels. Let's see, it's 9 swatch sticks total, so that would be 4 dips. Oh, and another dip. It comes with, okay, so yes, it comes with 3 8 milliliter gel polishes, and then it comes with 4 sub bag dips, and then it comes with it's called an I Want It All dip. So and that's in a 1 ounce as well. And then the sticker in the bag, and a nail liquid, some type of nail liquid. One time it was a pill base. This past time it was a base bond, so I'm pretty excited to try that. And then it also comes with just kind of like a mystery item, I guess. So this time it was a hand sanitizer. So that was pretty cool. But also too, they have so many different levels, and that's what I like, is there is one as low as $12.99. And I love that that they have it in such a great price range. I really feel like their prices are so reasonable for their sub bags. I feel like their sub bags are incredibly priced for what you're getting. Especially, I love the fact that they have so many different tiers. So if you can't really afford the $90 bag every month, you can drop and do the $12.99 bag. Now, they do ask you to stay at the higher tiers for 3 months before you drop down, which is understandable. Or if you get an I Want It All sub bag, then you can just switch between those anytime. So that was pretty nice that you could just switch anytime. And they also have other benefits, like you get a 20% off code to use for you for as long as your subscription is lasting. So you can do it, every day if you wanted to. It never expires, and you can do it as much as you want. I also like that every 6 months you get a anniversary gift, which is I think it's a credit to your account for a full size 1 ounce jar. Or you could get 2 minis if you wanted to, because it's just a credit to your account. So if you wanted to get minis, you could get minis. Which is nice, because instead of getting 1 color, you get 2, but you only get a mini of each. So I like the 1 ounce just because I have the thing where I'm afraid that I'll like a color so much and then it won't be available, and then I won't have enough of it, and I'll be afraid to use it, and then it's wasteful because I'm not using it, but I don't want to use it all because I like that color so much. So that's how that works for me anyways. But it also has another benefit of the fact that you get to join on their Facebook page for the I Want It All dips, and so you get this access to this Facebook page, and they put spoilers in there. Now, the spoilers that are in there you cannot put elsewhere because that wouldn't be nice. Well, it wouldn't be fair, really, because, you know, we sign up for the I Want It All. So we choose to pay more to get more dips, obviously, but we also choose to get it all because we want the spoilers. So, therefore, when we post the spoilers, if we were to post the spoilers, then we would not really ruin it, but we would give the people who didn't sign up and spend the money for the I Want It All access to the rest. They also do a VIP, so if you get an I Want It All sub bag, you can do this, but if you don't get an I Want It All sub bag, you can't. So what that is it's a thing for, you can get 2 1-ounce dip jars for $25 a month in addition to your subscription, or you could get 2 15 milliliter gel polishes for $18, I believe, or you can get it all for $40. And so what this is it's 2 new dip colors and 2 new gel colors for you get to see it before anybody else, and you can post about it once you get it, but you cannot sell it, which is nice because a lot of people sell on the buy sell trade pages if they don't like it, but they are not allowed to sell this one on the buy sell trade pages until the 20th of every month, and then after that they'll be available online the first of the next month. So it's nice that they have something that you have early access to, that you can make sure, you know, oh, I like this, or oh, I don't like this, and you know, whatever. And it's a good marketing for them because you're already out there, you know, selling it and getting everybody hyped up. So then on the 20th, they go to the buy sell trade pages and try to find it. And then when, you know, if it's a good color, or even if it's not a good color, it's just a color that they want or whatever, or not, I shouldn't say not a good color, but it's not a color that you would like, so you sell it. But then a lot of other people like it. So then they go on Sparkle's website and they order it because they've already gotten the word out. The marketing's already been done for them. Of course, they're going to market themselves too, like any other company would, but it's a little bit's already done for them. So the discount pays off for them. It also pays off for you too, because you get free, or you get, for $40, you get a dip, or 2 1-ounce dips, as well as 2 15 milliliter gels. So I like having gel and dip because I like to do gel on my toes. Especially now that I have a UV light, I feel like gel stays on so much better than regular polish, especially when you're wearing tennis shoes a lot and you have a Great Dane that likes to step on your feet because he is not tiny. So it comes in handy. I also want to try out Sparkle & Co.'s clear because apparently it's pretty great. I don't know. I've never tried it, so we'll see. And I should have packages coming from several other companies this week. So I will be posting a lot of videos, a lot of different brands. I'm trying to keep, like I have a order coming for double dipped, and I want to do a video of just double dipped. So we'll see how it goes, but hopefully it'll all work out and I'll be able to do that. So I'm just gonna do a dip of clear on this thumb really fast, and then we will file and buff and go from there. And I'm just gonna kind of get really close just so that you can see what I am doing. And like I said, I'm just kind of getting really close, but not too close that it kind of gets all in my cuticles, and then I have it everywhere. And if you get it in your cuticles, it's no big deal. You can take a file and get it out and then nourish your cuticles with cuticle oil. So it's not bad at all. All right, and we just dipped and tapped the excess off, and we are done with the clear. And I will be buying new clear soon, so I will probably be buying Sparkle & Co.'s. I love that the fact that Sparkle is independent, or not really independent, I guess you could say, but it's very much, it's not a huge corporation. So therefore, it's not a whole bunch of people that when you call, you don't know who you're talking to. It's a very, very small company, but they sell a lot of dips. So I love that. But, I mean, I don't know. Okay, so we're going to use Revel's activator, step 2. And like I said, I'm going to try several different liquids and do a video of every one so that y'all can see, you know, just how easy some are to apply than others. And then I'll also do like when I do the video, I'll do like a video update or something like that so that you can actually see like how they're holding up, if they're lifting, that kind of thing. And I got a little bit right there on the side, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull it away from my skin before it activates. The activator is what makes it hard and what makes it kind of set, so to speak. And you want to kind of just deliberately put that on there, so I don't even like pay attention to my cuticles. I just grab a dab of it, and you can see it's very much on the brush. So I just put it all over just so I can make sure that it's getting everywhere. And then after that's done, you can wait a little bit, and then you can begin filing. I literally wait a little bit, and then I start filing and buffing. So I'm just going to file down the sides. And I have a nail drill here. You don't have to use a nail drill. I just like to sometimes to kind of get into the corners and things. So it's nice to have if you want it, but you don't have to have it. It is definitely a little bit scary at first, just because, you know, even when you go to a salon, if you're going to a salon before you started dipping, you know, I'm not going to say they cut you. I mean, they don't purposely try to cut you, but sometimes they do, you know, accidentally slip up and, you know, cut you because, you know, things happen. But I like the fact that I kind of have control. So I know if it slips or if it whatever, then I have that ability to move it. So that's nice. And again, just filing the sides. And I like to file my sides before I start with any other kind of filing or anything like that. Okay, and just, again, just filing the sides. And if you want to, you can go ahead and start shaping. And I'm just going to go ahead and go and get into my cuticles where I overlapped, or not even really my cuticles, because it's really not in my cuticles. It's just where it went up higher than the rest of it. So I'm just kind of going in to kind of make that more circular instead of down and up. So just a little bit better. It makes a little bit of a difference. And I like the fact that if I do, so like with me using Sparkling Co. and I have 2 dips of clear on the back or underneath, it's a little bit thicker than I like it. So I like the fact that I can just go over it and take care of that thickness. And I'll go back over it more once in a little bit. I'm just trying to file to get my shape as well as to fix my cuticles. And I'm just gonna reposition the camera here so that you can actually see what I am doing, because it's kind of hard to see from the other. Okay, and again, just shaping the sides and going over it just a little bit if I feel like I need to. And right here is where I got a little bit of it on my skin. So I'm going to take this handy dandy little cuticle cutter and I'm just going to kind of just pull, and it just comes right off. Okay. And it was that easy. And then I'm just gonna continue with my filing. Okay, and then on to the next hand. And this one, it didn't hit my skin, but as you can see right there, it has a little piece that should not be there. And I am just going to cut it off, and as you can see, I'm just going to cut it flat with my nail, and right there, and it's off. And then I'm going to finish filing. And this hand is a little bit harder to file, especially in the camera, trying to make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing. So I apologize for that in advance. And this one had a couple of ripples, so I'm just trying to file out the ripples. And then I'm going to take my file again and kind of come around the cuticles again for my pinky. And again, I'm just trying to shape and get into the cuticle so that I can have the desired shape or look I'm looking for. And like I said, the cuticles doesn't have to be exactly perfect. So I'm just trying to get a little bit. And I always like to just kind of file off the sides just a little bit, just to make it a little bit thinner on the sides, and especially up near the cuticle. And the drill would take care of that too, but I typically don't use the drill on this hand just because I'm just now starting to get comfortable with the drill on my other hand. I probably only used it twice. So okay, and like I said, sometimes you're gonna have weird funky cuticle shaped where it's right there, so like went way too far up right here, so I'm actually going to take the drill bit out that I had in there, and I'm going to interchange it with this one, which is a cuticle thing, and I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to turn it down super low and kind of try to get in here and take care of that. This is really the only thing I do using the drill on this hand, just because I want to get comfortable with it before I start using it, because it can cut and hurt and all those things. So okay. Alright, so now I'm just going to go back in with the file and just kind of tidy up the edges. So that way it pulls it off a little bit from the cuticle, but I can go back in and kind of detail it up with the file. Okay, and then I'm going to take the drill and just kind of go right here, just so that I can get the thickness off. Okay. And then just back at it again with the file. And like I said, you don't have to take this much time on your, on this part. I just like to, because I like to make sure that I don't get it on my cuticles, because I feel like it tends to lift sooner if I get it on my cuticles. So far I am liking Sparkle & Co.'s liquids though. I mean, not liquids, I did not use their liquids. Their powders. I love the fact that their glitter is so pigmented. So a lot of them will use I'm not like talking bad about any kind of company, but like a lot of glitters will, like when you put it in dip, it just does not look very, it just doesn't look very glittery. So I love that even with a clear dip and dull from shaping, that their glitter looks so pigmented. So that's nice. I like that. And I'm just gonna turn just a little bit, just so that you can see what I'm doing. And again, I'm just filing on both sides to kind of shape, and then filing down the sides to make it a little bit thinner. And you can also buff if you wanted to. I buff afterwards. Some people just file and buff and call it a day. I just kind of like to take that little bit more detail and go in and make it just a little bit thinner on the sides, just because that's how I like my nails to look. So your method might be different from my method, and that's okay because we're all different. So if you like it one way, then continue to do it your way. But I like doing it this way. I will try different methods for sure, definitely. But I'm not necessarily going to stick with that method. If I like my method better, or I feel like it works better, then, you know, that's the way I'm going to do it. Just because that's what works for me. But I'm not gonna be like, oh, your method isn't my method, so I don't like your method. If I try it and it works, I'm gonna be like, oh, thank you. This was very, very much easier than the way I've been doing it. Like, thank you for that. But if it's not easier, then I'm gonna go back to doing my own way. So, and I just cannot get this pinky to thin out like I want it to. Okay, there we go. Now I just gotta get it to thin out on my cuticle right here. Okay. And again, you want to kind of just make sure that you are kind of pulling your nail away from your skin, just to make sure that you aren't, it's not on your skin and getting your skin. And then again, just filing to make sure that I am shaping right the way I like it. And again, I'm just gonna kind of go in with the cuticle. And for my cuticles, I like to do the rounded side. I just feel like it works a little bit better for me. And I always kind of try to start at this side. I feel like it's a little bit easier on me, and it makes it a little bit easier for me to not get my cuticles. And again, just kind of, and I try to kind of hold it at an angle so that I can make sure that I get it in there the way I like to, instead of just kind of going at it from any different way, and then it hurts. And then again, just kind of filing down the sides and the cuticles, or the top, not really I'm not filing down my cuticles, just filing down at the top so that it makes it a little bit thinner. And then after I've done that, I will kind of go down here to the bottom and just kind of file out anything else that I feel like needs to be filed out. And then I will kind of go down here and just kind of shape, and go from there. Like this side, I feel like it needs to be filed down some more. And then it needs to be filed down some more on the side and down at the bottom. And this is probably the most tedious part, because I like my nails to look a certain way. And like I said before, I am a perfectionist. So I try to make sure that it looks the way I want it to. Okay, and I kind of don't like the way this cuticle looks, so we're just gonna go in and try to file it down as much as I can without causing any kind of pain. Okay, and then I'm just kind of gonna go in and file and shape. Okay. And then same thing for And remember, if this is your first couple of times doing it and you're like, oh my gosh, this is taking so long, it gets a lot easier. When I first started, oh my gosh, I took so long, so long. I felt like I took forever. And I still take a little bit longer than usual, but a lot of that is the fact that I'm a perfectionist. I like to make sure that I am getting it done right and the way I like it and things like that. It also takes a little bit longer from the standpoint of the fact that I'm talking and trying to do the video and trying to make sure that you guys can see what I am actually doing because that sometimes I forget to look in the camera and make sure that I'm actually showing what I am doing. And again, just shaping to get that desired nail look. And then I'm just kind of going down underneath and kind of around the sides so that it can get shaped. Okay, and last one. And like I said, this side I'm showing you how to do it with a file, and then on the other side I'm going to show you just how easy it is to do it with a drill. And I had already kind of shaped this thumb and kind of filed, but I just wanted to go back over it. Okay. And then I'm going to take and wipe it off just a little bit. And I'm going to take a buffer, and as you saw in my last video, I got the buffers off of Amazon. There is 126 blocks, I believe. And I paid just a little bit over $6. And they are 180 to 20 grit. And these work great, especially if you're doing like somebody's nails and you don't want to continuously buy new buffers. You can just buy a little buffer and you'll be good. Okay, and I have a little foot pedal down here, but I'm going to use to control the spin and speed and things like that. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it up just a hair, not that far, right about there. And I'm just going to kind of, I like to go around my cuticles first. And then come on the other side and go around the cuticle. And then just continue to go around the cuticle. And these are ceramic bits. I will link everything down in the description. So I very much prefer the ceramic bits over the regular bits. I feel like when I do slip, if I do slip, which very rarely do they don't hurt. I don't think I've ever cut myself because of the drill. Just like I just slipped right there, and as you can see, there's no cut. And I fully believe that that's because of the ceramic nail bits. And again, just kind of going into the cuticle. And all around again. And then just kind of coming in and filing all over, and then making sure I get the shape that I want. And to do that, I just kind of go back and forth on here and make sure that I've got my cuticles like I like them. And making sure that the ends look pretty thin. And then again, going into the cuticle. I'm actually going to file this right there. And I'm just trying to shape just a little bit so that I can make sure that it's the way I want it to be. And I actually, this is just all my natural nail, no tip, no coffee filter tip, no nothing, just natural nail. And before I started dipping, I could not get my nails to grow for anything. They would not grow whatsoever. And now they are growing pretty great, I think. So I love that about the dip. That's probably one of my favorite things, just because I have never had long nails. I've never been able to grow them past, oh geez, ever. Like, they're literally like little itty bitty nubs. So for this to be my natural nail, that surprises me so much. But I love it. And I also love that when I take my dips off, I don't immediately feel like I need to put dip on. I feel like I can actually go a little while without having dip on. Like, I picked off my nails last night because they were driving me nuts, because like I said, I tried the gel method and didn't like it. I'm gonna try it a different way, but we'll see. I just didn't want to try it that way and it not last again, and now I'm doing my nails again in a week. So that's why I didn't try it this time. But I am going to try, I'm just gonna try several other different things. I want to try new things as far as nails go, just because, you know, I want to see, okay, is this gonna work for me? Is it not gonna work for me? I also want to be able to show you guys, you know, different things that y'all can do with y'all's nails, because something that works for me might not work for y'all. Something that works for y'all might not work for me. So I'm trying to kind of venture out and really see what is out there and what I'm willing to try. But like I said, I can leave my dip off and my nails are so much stronger. I have been wearing fake nails since I was at least 14. So, oh geez, almost 7 years. So, for me, that was like having nails is like not having nails is not an option. So I was spending roughly $50 at the salon every 2 weeks. That's not including if I broke a nail and had to go back and they charged me. Which most places won't, but some will. Or if I broke a nail and I was like, okay, well, I'm about to have money to get my nails done anyways, so I'll just go ahead and get them done. So then I'm paying $50 more than every 2 weeks. So it was a learning curve. But I'm just gonna reshape some of them because of the way I filed and stuff. But it's also crazy that nails mean so much. Like, you know, some people, their nails define them. So it's kind of nice to see like a community of people that enjoy doing their own nails come together, because I did not realize that there was this many people that enjoyed doing that. So that's nice. But it's just so weird that, you know, like I never knew this was a thing. I never knew that anybody could do their nails at home. Like, I mean, I knew that it was a thing, but I guess I just assumed that since I couldn't do it, nobody could do it. That everybody just go to the salon and, you know, whatever. I didn't even think you could buy, you know, the good nail dip powder on your own. I thought you would have to have some kind of license and, you know, whatever, and you don't. A lot of people actually prefer to do their own nails for many different reasons. Some reasons being that they like the fact that they can, you know, like I don't have to worry about going to a salon. I don't have to worry about when they're open. You know, a lot of people with busy schedules love that, especially like, people that, I know I have a friend that, we used to go get our nails done all the time. And it was like, okay, well, her husband either had to, you know, be home to keep the kids, and he's military, so obviously they're barely home, especially when he was about to deploy. And so it was like, okay, well, how are we going to go get our nails done? Like, you know, well, you'd have to pay, she would have to pay for a babysitter to get her nails done. And I was like, that's crazy. Like, that's just ridiculous. I think that is so ridiculous. So now she could do her own nails if she wanted to, or I could do them. Like, I mean, it's so crazy that this is a thing that, you know, that people do. Like, I never thought that I would be doing my own nails. I thought I'd go to the salon and be paying out my butt for the rest of my life. But now I can spend that money in dip, like, and I get to keep it. And like I said, my starter kit cost me $15. So it's not bad. Especially for what you are getting. I mean, you think about it, and for $50 I could buy 2 of these 1-ounce jars, or I could buy, if I was using like Revel or, you know, something like that, I could buy, let's see, I could buy like 4 or 5 or more of Revels for their 5-ounce. I mean, it's just crazy to think that I've been spending all this money this whole time, all in the salon, that when this whole time I could have been buying dips and having them for myself. And I like the fact that I have the option to, if I decide I really need to get my nails done, but I really don't want to go and get my nails done, then I have the option to take my own dips if I wanted to a salon to get my nails done. So it's really what you make it. So I just put some more activator on there because after you buff one, you want to put some more activator on there. And things like that. And I'm just now kind of just taking a towel and just a little bit while washing it off. Okay. And then I'm going to take, I actually forgot to do this, but I'm going to take this buffer and I'm just going to kind of go around the sides and my edges and things like that. And it's not going to mess anything up because we're going to do a gel top coat. Okay, and we're going to be using Gelish Top It Off with the Sun UV Focus on UV LED application lamp. I got it off Amazon. It is linked on the Facebook page, but I will link it down in the description. And I'm just trying to kind of make sure all the dust is off. So I've already wiped off with my brush, but I'm just kind of just doing like that just to make sure I get it all off. Okay, and I'm going to start with my thumb again. And I just kind of like to go up just a little bit and push it up instead of taking my brush all the way up, and then I'll take and at the end I will take my brush and go all the way. And you're supposed to do your thumb first. I always wind up doing it first, and that's why when I pull it back up, I've got this glob of gel, because when I'm doing all my other hands, it floats to one side. So that's why it does that. So I'm actually going to go ahead and cure that for a little bit so that it doesn't do that. Oh, I just messed it up. No, I didn't. We're good. All right, so I'm actually going to put it in here just a little bit, I'm actually gonna put just a little bit on here just because I hit it and I want to make sure that I didn't mess it up. And I'm actually gonna try to show you, but as soon as I put it in the light, it changes. So it changes color. Hang on. Ew. Okay, hold on. We are actually just going to wipe that off. Okay, just kidding. It did not do the way I wanted it to. So we just wiped it off, and we're just gonna start with the pinky. And again, just going up just enough. And I don't care for these really big brushes. But that's what we have. So we're just trying to go in and do it. And I'm just kind of turning my nail to the side so I can really see what I'm doing. And again, on the same thing on the other side. And I'm just going to do that all the way around and just kind of push up. And then get that side and do the same thing over here. And do the same thing right here. And I don't need any more. Okay, and then I'm going to go around all these other fingers and wipe off the excess. And then I'm going to put some on my thumb again. Maybe it'll cooperate this time. Okay, and again, just kind of cutting around that and then just putting it in there. And I'm gonna try to show you, I'm gonna let it cure for a little bit, but when I get done, I'm gonna show you almost immediately it changes color. So that's pretty cool. And this is a tacky gel coat, so I will have to wipe it off with some acetone. You can use alcohol too. I just prefer to use alcohol. I mean acetone, just because that's what I have. So I'm just dipping it down in the acetone and just wiping off, just to get that tacky layer off. And then I will pretty much almost immediately take it into a towel and kind of just wipe it off, just to make sure it's not trying to like seep through, and try to take the rest of it off. It also makes sure that it is it is done. And then I'm going to take, and on this one I had a little bit of gel kind of go underneath, so I'm going to take and just kind of file from underneath. I don't want to file from the side because then it will get this part won't be as shiny. So I just kind of took care of that, and I don't see any more like that. Actually, yeah, I do. This one is kind of, so I'm just kind of, and like I said, you want to go at it from underneath. And if you wanted to, you could use the base bond for it if you wanted to. I just don't like, I just didn't. I just used the other. It doesn't make a difference. It's pretty much the same thing, just a different brush. So if I wanted to, I could have used the foundation for my top coat. I'm just not going to. Or actually, I'll do one on one hand and one on the other, so that you can kind of see that there's no difference. Okay, so we're back to using the foundation, which is the base coat that we used for the gel in my other video. And I will be doing a video on how to do it with the swatch stick like I did on the other, just so that you can actually really see what I'm trying to do instead of me doing it on my finger. Okay, and you can go through and clean it up on once you're done with it as well. That's just preference. And gel tends to like to stay at the other side of your brush, so then you think you need more, and you don't, because it actually drops down. So I keep like going back to the brush and going back, but as you can see, it just forms up at the bottom. So you don't really need to go in and get more, because it'll form up eventually, which is nice because you don't have to keep dipping back and forth into the bottle. And again, I'm just trying to kind of cut it to the side and see what is right there. And then on the other side, I am doing kind of the same thing. And you don't need a lot of gel because it will thicken up in the UV light once it's done curing. So you just kind of want a thin coat, but not too thin, not too thick. And you don't want to do too many brush strokes because that will cause it to dull out as well. So I'm just kind of going around the cuticles if I need to, and just kind of getting it where it needs to go. And then this one, I need to put some more on it because apparently I missed a spot. Okay. And then just kind of going around the cuticles just to kind of make sure. And I have a glove on just so that I don't get it on the other nails that I've already finished. And I'm just going to go back over it on this side too because I think it's because of the activator. I should have wiped it off a little bit better, but it'll be alright. Should have taken some acetone too. Alright, and then we're just going to let it cure again. I'm just going to let it cure for about 60 seconds. And then I will show you the shininess from this and the other so that you can see that there's no difference. And I'm pretty new to this. I just started in September, so I am not a professional by any means. I just enjoy doing it, so I'm just trying to share my tips and tricks and making sure that, you know, nobody feels like they can't do it. And I took that glove off way too soon, but it'll be all right. We'll go with it. And I actually did the wrong side, so it didn't have any acetone on it. That's why there's cotton everywhere now. Okay. And again, just kind of getting the top and around the edges with the cotton ball with acetone. And I just used the same one, and I had some on my finger. Okay. And so now we are all done. And it is not tacky, and it is still shiny. So, okay. I am going to now put some cuticle oil on my cuticles because I do that after every mani, but it's also very good to do especially when you have just worked with your cuticles so much like I just did. And I'm just kind of going around my cuticles, getting a little bit on my nail, but just not a whole lot. And I'm actually going to dip again because okay. And then you're just going to close that up, and that was Gelish Nourish, and it is just cuticle oil. And then I'm just kind of going to rub it all in, all around my cuticles. And again on this hand. And then I just kind of like to take and wipe it off of my hands with a towel. And I will be posting a picture of the sunlight color later on today so that you can see what it looks like in the sun, because I can try to put it in the UV light, but it's only going to change for like a split second just because it's not an actual sunlight, and I have to kind of stay out in it to kind of like keep it, just like when you get cold and you try to do the mood changers, they only stay for like a little bit. But there you go, there is the mood changer, so white and blue, and it changes pretty quickly. But for a minute and 15 or an hour and 15 minutes, I think I did pretty good. From the standpoint of I was talking, I did a lot more with my nails than I normally would have, as far as the fact that I made sure that I was showing y'all different things, going back over them to show you something that I may have missed, or maybe something that I wanted to really show you and make sure that you could actually see it and things like that. So normally it takes me about an hour, anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how easy the powder is to work with, and things like that. Overall, I loved Sparkle & Co. powders, and I used Magic Cotton Candy and Unicorn Dust, which is both on their secret menus. Their minis are $9 typically, and their 1 ounces are $18. I really feel like you are getting your money's worth as far as that goes. A mini is typically 2 to 2.5 teaspoons. It just kind of depends. But I really love their powders. I feel like they're super easy to work with. As you saw, I barely did anything with them as far as buffing and filing and things like that. And I am really excited to try out their clear and their liquids, because I have heard so many great things about that. So hopefully there will be a new video coming on that soon. But thank you guys, and thanks for watching.